Celtic won't be taking anything for granted, but this is a great chance, isn't it, against the side yet to gain even a point from their opening 6 games.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when this new Champions League format was announced, everyone was trying to figure out the points total you would need to get progression. 10 points has always been that magic number for most people, if you believe the supercomputers. Celtic sit on 9 points, and as you mentioned, a home game against the team bottom of the Champions League. You should imagine the Celtic fans feeling fairly optimistic about it. So let's take a look as the team go about their finishing touches ahead of that one tomorrow. In fact, the high point of Celtic's season, you would say, probably came in the Champions League, a home performance against RB Leipzig in that victory. They were fantastic that night, and that's probably the type of performance Brendan Rodgers' side would look to replicate. They've also bounced back well from that hammering over in Dortmund. There would have been concerns that it was the same old story where Celtic, of course, dominate domestically but fail on the European stage against the bigger sides. But they bounced back well, got the clean sheet away to Atalanta. Perhaps slight frustrations at not managing to get a home win against Bruges, but they were a very good side on the night. And as we've said, this does set it up perfectly. It's such a massive game in many ways. It could be season defining for Celtic. They're already so far ahead in the Scottish Premiership. Everyone expects them to win the league. They tend to win more trophies than not domestically. But for years, the question has been, can they show some signs of European progression? And tomorrow night, there is the chance to do that. Of course, there would still be the safety net, if you can call it that, of going to Villa Park on the final Champions League night. I'm not sure the Celtic fans would want to head to Aston Villa needing something, and therefore trying to take care of business at home to Young Boys, a team who not only are toiling terribly in the Champions League, they're not doing too well domestically either. So a real chance for Celtic to try and get those points on the board. And if they are going to do that, you'd imagine the attacking intent that they've shown, particularly from their wide players this season, has been key. You look at Dyson Maeda, he's got 15 goals this season. 3 of them have come in the Champions League, so he's been a real main man in this competition. And Nicholas Kuhn has got 16 goals in all competitions this season as well. The good news for the Celtic fans, everybody seems to be fit and out there this morning. No James Forrest, but we've known about that for a while. He's more of a longer term injury worry, but everybody else seems to be there. That midfield area stacked with options. Engels, Hatate, the captain Callum McGregor, who got his 7th goal of the season at the weekend. But then options like Paulo Bernardo, Luke McCowan. It's an area that Brendan Rodgers has some big decisions to make. You would imagine Kyogo will lead the line. There's been a bit of speculation about his future during this January window, but he's here and tends to be the man that leads the line on these big occasions. And it certainly is a big occasion, huge chance for Celtic to pretty much seal progression. It's going to be very interesting to get the thoughts of Brendan Rodgers, and we'll do that later on this afternoon. Round about 3 o'clock, we'll head from here down to Celtic Park, get to the press conference, and you can hear what Brendan Rodgers has to say here on Sky Sports News.